Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're in the park today, and hopefully, because yet again I recorded a whole video the other day and the microphone stopped working. So, starting off, I've got grass attached to my feet. So starting off with the feet, a little bit wider than hip. If you can do it outside, it's absolutely great, especially feeling the ground beneath your feet, feeling like the lumps and bumps. It's fantastic. But wherever you are, spread out your toes. Relax your arms, soften or close your eyes. If you don't want to close your eyes, then just focus on the very tip of your nose. So we're kind of taking away all external distractions. I'm taking a moment to check in. This week we're focusing on Satya, which is often translated as truthfulness. Truthfulness, honesty, integrity, sincerity in thought, word and action. So basically speaking from your truth, acting in a way that feels right for you. But also know it's not about who's right or wrong, and it's not about, sharing your opinion at the expense of others. It's about, speaking from your heart. So for example, if someone asks my opinion, I won't try and offer it unless someone asks for it. And if I think it's something they may not want to hear, I will say, but it is just my opinion. At the end of the day, your opinion matters the most. So it's about being truthful to yourself and living with integrity. So recently I turned down the opportunity to do something because it didn't feel 100% right for me. So on the mat, we can be honest with ourselves in listening to our body and knowing when we're pushing, when we're listening to our ego, when we're going beyond our capabilities in that moment. We're not being honest and truthful with ourselves, being in our bodies and taking the softer option when needed, not the easy option, but the softer option, is that can be a way of Satya on the mat. So set the intention to move and act with a sense of truthfulness, honesty, and sincerity, really focusing on the essence of the practice, which is to find that sense of peacefulness. It's not to achieve the perfect pose, it's to achieve perfect peace. So if you wish, you can bring in some simple affirmations. I live my truth with kindness and compassion. I live my truth with kindness and compassion. I speak from my heart. I speak from my heart. I listen to my heart's wisdom. I listen to my heart's wisdom. Because so often we forget that how intelligent our bodies are, how intelligent we are, but our body is amazingly intelligent. We are part of nature, part of the cosmos, part of the greater whole. I'm just taking another nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Feel your shoulders relax a little bit more. Once more, nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Awesome. And gently opening the eyes, taking the feet a little bit wider, toes pointing forward. We're going to breathe in, reach the arms up, breathe out, press the arms down, inhaling up and exhaling down. You can look up towards the hands, or you can keep the head in a neutral position. And inhale, arms side, exhale, stretch up and over, breathe into your lungs, inhaling up, exhaling over. My voice is a bit croaky today, I'm not quite sure, but there we go. Inhale up, exhale, stretch, breathe in and out. Inhale, bring the palms together. Exhale, come down, come into a squat, press the knees over the toes, then tip forward, release the hands to the floor, relax the head. Keep the knees bent, push the floor away, inhale, unfurl. As always, if you need to go slower, go a little bit slower. And again, exhale, squat, press the knees out, tip forward, release. Inhale, unfurl, come all the way up. And exhale, press the arms down, breathe in. And out, filling the body with energy on the in-breath Breathing to empty on the out breath. Inhale, arm side. Exhale, this time press in opposite directions. Inhaling up. Exhale, stretch the other way. Breathe in and out and in and out. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, down the center line, press the knees out, tip forward, release. Then inhale, press the floor away as you rise up. One more, exhale, down, squat, tip forward. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, relax the arms down. And just lift the ball of one foot, turn that whole leg out from your hip, just about 45 degrees, not too far. So just like to the corner. Do the same with the other foot. Lift it, turn, thigh, knee, shin. So press into the outside edge of the feet, then bring your shoulders over your hips. Squeeze your butt slightly to open up around the hips and groin. Bend those knees, send the knees over the toes. The knees go way past the toes and step the feet a little bit wider. And there may come a point where you start to kind of do that. So as soon as you feel yourself doing that, don't go any further. Just hold there. Because pulling the belly button in, pulling the pelvic floor muscles in, press the knees out, shoulders relax. I'm just doing like a little mini kind of pulse here. Inhaling up a little bit, exhaling down, breathing in and out. Can really press those knees out, engage those inner thighs. Eye gaze slightly forward. Spine nice and tall. Then coming up again. And come down, relax the shoulders. You can inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, press the hands forward, but don't stick the bum out. Then inhale, reach to the corners of the room. Exhale, soften. Breathe in and out. And in and out. So one movement flows into the next. One breath flows into the next, connecting mind and body, movement and breath. So with the legs, you're just going up and down. The arms are kind of moving. Press the knees out over the toes. Then see if you can really slow it down. It's like you're moving through water. One more like that. Keep pressing the knees out over the toes. And focus on feeling a sense of gracefulness. Then shifting over to one side. Imagine you're like a little ball of energy. You're going to inhale, bring that ball across. And almost take it around the corner. Then come the other way. So shifting across and around the corner. And again, going super slow. So almost slower than you want to. And feel your body moving through space. And you might start to feel heat building up between your hands as the energy starts to increase. So these movements are kind of inspired by Tai Chi, which is about moving the energy in the body and moving the energy around you. And so often we rush through life from one thing to the next instead of taking time to slow down. And then come back to center, relax the arms, bring the feet in. I'm going to come down onto the floor. Now if you have a brick handy, or if not, pause the video, grab a brick. As I've often spoken about, it's about strength in our hips and inner thighs, as well as mobility. So when you have your brick, pop it to one side for now. Sit down, take the legs wide. We're going to do like a little isometric stretch to show you when I say put effort in, how much effort I mean. And so also when we do this, you're going to hopefully feel your inner thigh muscles engaging and your tummy muscles engaging. So focus on those areas kind of contraction. When I say a contraction, I mean like tensing. So feeling those inner thigh muscles tensing, feeling your tummy muscles tensing. So you're going to bring your hands flat to the floor. If they don't reach the floor, you can use your blocks. So you've got something to press down into. So palms are flat. You're going to breathe in, squeeze the tummy in. As you breathe out, press your hands down and try and lift yourself off the floor. Then you're probably thinking, oh, I can't lift myself off the floor. I just said, try lifting yourself off the floor. So as you really press down, so your heels may come off a little bit like mine are. Hopefully you'll feel your legs working, tummy muscles working. And release. So we're going to hold each time for about 3 seconds. So inhale, exhale, press down. Try and imagine lifting your bum off the floor. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release. We'll do that once more. And really imagine you're trying to lift yourself off the floor and feel those tummy muscles working. 2, 1, and release. So when I say really put effort in, that's how much effort I want you to put in. So you're going to take your brick and you're going to place it between the soles of your feet. How close or how far away you have your feet is up to you. If you feel like you're slouching, then maybe have the feet a little bit further away. Lightly rest into the hands. So we're not like leaning, we're just using the hands to lift yourself up. So knees are out to the side. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, press your feet in as if you're trying to squeeze the brick. Hold again for about 3 seconds. And feel your inner thigh muscles working. And then inhale, release. So exhale, press, squeeze the brick, squeeze the tummy muscles at the same time. Hold, release 3 seconds. And inhale, release. And do that twice more. So I want you to feel those inner thigh muscles working, and the muscles all around the hips. Because so sometimes when we think we have tight hips, we often have weakness. So as I've always said, we need strength as well as stretching. And release. Bring the knees in. Stretch your legs out. Place your brick beside one foot, not right next to it, a little way away. Again, use your hands to lengthen up, or you can try challenging yourself with no hands. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift that leg. Take it up and over. Try not to slouch. Exhale, lower that down. Inhale, lift. Bring it up and over. And exhale, low. So go slower than you want, so we're not using momentum. Inhale, lift, so you feel all the muscles around the thighs working. And try not to collapse. Exhale, up and lower. Inhale, lift up. Bring it back in. Again, slower than you want to. And release. Go to the other side. So we're doing 2 on each side. Taking the block to the outside of that leg. Inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, open out again. Challenge yourself, not using your arms. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, up and over. Ooh, exhale, lower. Again, squeeze the tummy in, breathe in. And out. Again, nice and controlled. Inhale, lift. And lower. Then come back to the first side. Now, I know the tricks, right? When I tell people to move the block away, they go, oh yeah, moving it away, and try and sneak it back in. Okay, I know the tricks. So move the block further away from you. Breathe in, lift that leg. Breathe out, go up and over. Keep stretching up through the crown of the head. Try not to tense your shoulders. Now lift, bring it in. And exhale. We've only got 2 each time. So inhale, lift, up and over. Exhale, lower. Keep squeezing the tummy in, pelvic floor muscles in. Lift. And lower. Take it the other side. You're going to move it a little bit wider than it was to start with. Inhale, lift. Up and over. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Remember, being honest with yourself. Are you leaning back? Are you collapsing? Or are you keeping your spine nice and upright and really feel those muscles working? It is hard work. It's meant to be hard work. And release. One more round. Take the block to the side. Turn it on its side. Breathe in, lift. This time go a little bit higher, up and over. Exhale, gently lower. And inhale, lift up. Make sure you're not gritting your teeth. Bring it up. Exhale out, just one more. Breathe in and out and in. Woo. and out. Also the other side, so again, moving it a little bit further away on its side. Stop to grab a drink. Inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, take it over. Lower down gently. Lift, bring it back. Exhale, one more. Keep stretching up through the crown of the head, tummy in. Inhale up. Because the temptation is to kind of collapse. Exhale, lower. Last time, lift. Oh, lower. Awesome. Shake those legs out. Roll those legs side to side. Loosening them up in the hip sockets. Then bend your right knee. Bring that foot to the inside of the thigh. And remember what I said in the beginning about pressing down? That's how much I want you to press down. Now, even if this thigh is nearly on the floor, doesn't matter because we're engaging the inner thigh muscles. Also keep this left foot flexed. So you're going to press down with the right hand. You're going to keep that pressure constant. Okay, so the pressure with the arm is constant. Pressing down as much as you did when I said to lift yourself up. And on an in-breath, you're going to try and lift the knee up. So as you feel that pushing against yourself, the inner thigh muscles working. As you breathe out, relax the knee, but keep pressing on the thigh. So that thigh will press to the floor. Make sure you're not tipping off the sit bone. So inhale, try and lift the knee off the floor again. Really feel your thigh muscles. You want to be pressing enough that you start to feel a shake. You start to feel a tremble in your inner thighs. Holding for about 3 seconds. Then exhale. Relax the knee. Press that thigh out. Do that twice more. So inhale, try and lift the knee off the mat. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Relax it down. Press it down. Keep pressing with the arm. One more. So you keep the pressure with the arm constant. And press it down. Now, if this thigh is not on the floor, if it's kind of up here somewhere, use your brick or a block or a cushion to wedge under the thigh. So you've got something to rest against, because even if we think we're relaxed, quite often we're not. So have something to rest that thigh against. Lift and lengthen. Stretch up. So if someone's lifting you by the ears, keep pressing this left leg into the floor. We're going to take a little twist. So you're going to bring your right hand behind you. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Press into that thigh and turn through the ribs. Imagine spiraling up from your tailbone. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist a little bit further. And don't forget that left foot. Keep pressing through that heel. Press the right knee towards the mat. So you're making space for you to move. After your next exhale, undo. Come back and twist the other way. Press that knee to the floor. Bring the left hand behind you, right hand to the opposite knee. Again, try to make sure you're not leaning on that hand. Press that right knee into the floor. So the more you press down with your legs, the more upward lift you get. It's like foundations on a house. You want firm foundations. Inhale, come back. Keep your left hand kind of beside your hip. Stretch up out of the waist. Exhale, hinge forward. Look past your foot. Don't look at your foot. Hinge from your waist, not from your ribs. Inhale, ease off a little bit. Exhale, stretch. Imagine lengthening your spine. So don't be in a rush to reach your foot or anything like that. Lengthen from your tailbone to your crown. Visualize your spine. Visualize like a string of pearls. If you're making space in the spine, inhale, ease off a little bit. Exhale, the more you press that knee down, the more stretch you get. Once you can reach that foot, you can grab hold of the foot, outside edge of the foot. You may even bring the other hand in, wrapping the hands around the feet, crossing at the wrist. Close your eyes, drop the chin forward. Again, keep anchoring down through the lower body, fold over that leg. And after your next exhale, slowly release. Come up. You're going to come into a pose called Mandalasana. So you're going to bring your right hand to the floor behind your hip. Now you can be on your fist if you wish. Now you can stay here and just reach that left arm up and find a sense of expansion, openness, joyfulness. Or if you feel up to it, try pressing away from the floor, lift up onto your knees, squeeze your butt. Left leg is firm. Reach that top arm up and over. Either look up or look down to that hand. Again, find a sense of open-heartedness, joyfulness. Lift and open through that heart. Tighten up the thigh muscles of that left leg. Then gently release. Come back down. Then swing yourself around. So bring that left hand by the hip again. Try and reach to the outside of that foot and fold over the leg. And come up. Now you're going to kind of roll onto that side. You're going to bring the left hand to the floor behind you. You're going to come onto the side edge of this leg. You're going to keep this right foot close to the left thigh. Come onto the ball of the foot. Now, option one is just to stay here. Again, find a sense of elegance, lifting up, out of the waist. If you want to go a little bit further into like a side plank variation, lift your hips, squeeze your butt. Again, open through your heart. Breathe. Lower down, pop that foot down. Now when you come back, your foot will be in this position. So we're going to add a little twist, hugging that knee in nice and close, looking over that back shoulder. Release. We're going to do that again. So open that knee out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch over that leg. Inhale up. Bring the right hand to the floor. Either stay low or lift and open your heart. Open your heart up to the sky or the ceiling. So lower down. Come around. Stretch. Exhale. Come up. Left hand to the floor. Come onto your side edge of your foot first. Again, either stay here and just find a point position here, or lift up. You can imagine you're opening your heart up to the sky. Feel strong, feel open, feel joyful. Exhale, lower down and hug that leg in. Once more, inhale, open. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, up, hand behind you. Exhale, open up through your heart. Inhale, lower. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, up. Turn onto the side. Exhale, again, open through your heart space. Squeeze your butt. Inhale, down. And exhale, hug that knee in. Really stretch the legs out. Shake those legs out. Roll. Nice loose movements. Remember, take a drink anytime you need to. Actually, imagine rolling from your hips. So I'm going to do all the other sides. I'm going to change angles slightly so you get a different angle. So this time, stretch the right leg out, left knee, the inner thigh. And sit up nice and tall. Really press down as much as you did pressing into the floor. So press down with that left hand. Inhale, try and lift that knee as if just as you did as much effort when you tried to lift yourself away from the floor. Then exhale, relax the pressure on with the knee, but keep the pressure on the arms. So you keep pressing down. Feel space opening around the hips. As you try and lift the knee up, feel your inner thigh muscles working, tensing, tightening. Exhale, press down, and do that a couple more times. Again, we're strengthening the inner thigh muscles, and we're making space around the hips and groin. Now releasing, so if that thigh or knee is off the floor, pop a block, cushion, blanket, whatever. So it's like having a bit of support. And if I was to say lean back slightly, you might think you're relaxed, but if you've got someone holding you, supporting you, you will be a lot more relaxed. So pop some under there if you need to, lift and lengthen, flex this right foot, taking the left hand behind you, right hand to the left knee, lift up out of the waist, spiral from your tailbone. So imagine lifting from your tailbone to your waist, twisting a little bit further, lifting from waist to heart space, twisting a little bit further, lifting from heart space up and out to the crown of the head, twisting a little bit further, and inhaling, unwind, keep pressing the legs down, keep flexing the front foot, left hand to the outside, again press that left knee to the floor, and twisting the other way. Inhale, come back, right hand beside the hip. Exhale, look past the foot and think of hinging from your waist. So don't worry about how far you're reaching. You know, so often we're like, oh, I'm gonna reach your toes, gonna reach your toes. And we end up bending like this and tightening the shoulders. So look past the foot, lead with your heart. So lead with your heart, listen to your heart. You want to feel a stretch along the whole of the back of the body. So it's not just about whether, there's no point reaching your toes if you're bringing tension into your neck and shoulders. Okay, so lengthen out of the waist. If and when you can reach the outside of the foot, you can hold on to it, or you can hold on to the outside of the calf. You can bring the other foot in. Use your arms as levers, so pull the arms towards you. Get a good strong stretch. For some reason, this is one of my favorite stretches. It's not very fancy in terms of, Instagram worthy, but it just feels good for me. So stretching into the hips, the hamstrings, the spine, creates a bit of freedom in the body. So I don't know, for some reason, it's always been one of my favorite poses. And after your next exhale, slowly release, no rush. You're coming into the Mandalasana. So if you're on a hard floor, make sure that left knee is going to be on the mat. So bring your left hand to the floor behind you and find the position that works best for you. So I prefer having that hand close to my hip. So my arm is like hugging my ribs rather than being too far away. Because if it's too far out and you try and lift up, you might strain your shoulder, but play around what works best for you. Again, you can just stay here and reach up, lift up. Still feeling a sense of breathing into your heart space. If not, push the hips forward. Squeeze your butt. Imagine opening your heart up to the sky. So it's almost as if you're draping that arm open. Squeeze your glutes. And breathe in. As you breathe out, come down. Reach that left hand around and look past your toes and fold. And come up into like a wild thing variation. So turn onto the side edge. So take your time to set up. Turn onto the side edge of your thigh. So turn the whole leg, not just the foot, the whole leg. So you're on the side edge of the foot. Then have your hand in a position that feels good for you. Left foot is close to this thigh. So again, make sure the foot isn't too far away. Lift onto the ball of the foot if possible. Keep this leg strong. Try and lift up. And then again, imagine opening your heart space up to the sky. Then gently release as you come back around. This knee is quite snug. Fold it in. Look over that back shoulder. Press the left foot into the floor. So inhale up, drop the knee out. Exhale, fold. Press that knee down into the floor. Inhale up, left hand to the floor behind you. Exhale, find your variation. Adjust the hand if you need to. Adjust the head, wherever works best for you. Exhale, lower down. Stretch. Inhale up, turn onto the side edge. So take your time to set up. Lift onto the ball of that left foot. And you can stay here or you can rise. And think of opening your heart up to the sky. Good. Lower down. Exhale, twist, hugging that leg in. Last time. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Hand behind you. Exhale, lift. Open through your heart. Now down. Exhale, fold. So again, find a sense of playfulness here. Inhale up. Come on to the side. Exhale, open through your heart. Inhale down. Exhale, twist. And inhale, release. Fantastic. Come up. Stretch those legs out. Shake those legs out. We're going to finish off with a Matsyasana, fish pose. So always think of, that's why I try and use the term heart opener rather than back bend, because I think when you think of back bend, you think of bending backwards. So think of opening, expanding through your heart space. Keep that in mind. And so also that means not tensing your shoulders. So if you feel any tense in your shoulders, relax it down or ease off. So you can imagine you've got a flower on the center of your chest. And when we come like this, the flower is closed. You want to open and allow that flower to blossom. So we start off with a seated fish pose. So press the legs together, stretch through the balls of the feet, bring the hands to the floor behind you. I have the fingers pointing in. You may try fingers pointing away, or you may try knuckles. That's totally okay. And you're just going to inhale, lift your chest, squeeze the shoulders back. Now I always tend to imagine like there's a hook on my chest and it's being lifted up. So open up through the chest, push the heart forward, almost enough so that you could let go with one hand. You're not resting on your hands. So lift and open, almost like a cat flex. I have my head in neutral, so I'm just focusing on the heart space rather than worrying about. So notice the movement comes down to my tailbone as well. So I'm tilting the pelvis forward, almost like as though you're doing like a cat flex. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, relax the shoulders. And release. Now you can repeat that, or you can come down onto your elbows. Again, elbows nice and snug, so you're almost sitting on your hands, elbows pulled in so they're not too far out to the side. Looking down to your toes. Again, lift through your heart. Press into your elbows, stretch through your feet, lift through your heart space. Again, I tend to keep my chin tucked in, but if it feels okay, you can take your head back. Doesn't feel okay because my head feels quite heavy, so I keep it tucked in. So again, lift and open through your heart space, pressing your elbows into the floor. Release. Now you can repeat that, or watch first. Come down, hands under you, so you're literally resting on your hands, elbows wiggled in. Now you're already going to get a little mini back bend here. So as you wiggle your elbows in, you're already lifting through your chest. So you may decide to stay here, opening through the chest, or you may decide to energize the legs, lift up onto the elbows, look down to your toes. When you've got that lift, hit the head back, bring the crown of the head to the floor, and stay here. There's a little bit of pressure on your head, but not too much. So if you're going to try that out, wiggle elbows together, lift up, look down to your toes, energize your legs, keep this lift, bring the crown of the head to the floor, and stay here and breathe. It's quite hard to talk in this position, so just stay here, breathe into your heart, keep lifting through your chest, expanding your heart, firm up your thighs, relax your jaw. After an exhale, exhale gently, release, relax your head down, wiggle out your elbows. Relax, just notice all and any sensation. I can feel almost like high after that pose. For me, fish is one of those that kind of really gives me a buzz. But sometimes it's a Marmite pose. A lot of people struggle with it, and a lot of people, because they struggle with it, don't like it. I think it's worth persevering. Then you can stretch your legs out, or you can bend the knees, toes pointed inwards, let the knees rest against one another. If you need to pop a cushion under your head, do so. And once you're in a comfortable position, bring your right hand over your belly, spreading your fingers out, and bring your left hand over the center of your chest. Allow your eyes to close. And just taking this time to check in once again. Noticing how you feel now compared to when we started. And noticing how you feel physically. And again, remember there's no right or wrong answer, so you can even ask yourself, how do I feel physically right now? And wait for an answer. And often that answer may not come straight away, or it may come in a way you're not expecting. So you may get a word, you may have an image, you may have a sensation. You may notice your attention is drawn somewhere, or somewhere lights up in your body, or you just get a kind of knowing. It can be a kind of random word, and that's absolutely okay. Or you may get a symbol. You may see a picture, an image of something that may not make sense to your logical mind, but it's not about getting in touch with your logical mind. Okay, we're getting in touch with our essence, our soulful self, if you like. And sometimes the answer doesn't come straight away. That's okay. Just ask with a sense of knowing the answer will come. It may not come straight away. And you can ask yourself, how do I feel energetically right now? And again, await an answer and allow that answer to arise in whatever form it decides to arise. And notice how our logical mind will often try and jump in and give yourself an answer. It's like, oh, well, but blah, 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 blah. So that's just your ego mind. We'll ignore that. And ask, how do I feel emotionally right now? And again, just wait for an answer. Even if that answer may not be the one you want. And then again, if you wish, just noticing all and any thoughts, feelings, sensations, emotions that may arise as you repeat the following affirmations in your own mind. I live my truth with kindness and compassion. I live my truth with kindness and compassion. I live my truth with kindness and compassion. I speak from my heart. I speak from my heart. I speak from my heart. I listen to my heart's wisdom. I listen to my heart's wisdom. I listen to my heart's wisdom. Just for a moment or two, simply observing your body lying on the floor. And I was talking to a student earlier, and we were saying about how nowadays I don't get so upset. You know, one time if people didn't come back to my class, I would always get quite upset. You know, I used to want everyone to like me. And so many of us are like that. You know, we want everyone to like us. And there comes a time when you start to understand that no matter how you are, not everyone will like you. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, too often we, you know, trying to people please, that means that we are not being authentic. And they will say there will always be people who don't like you no matter what you do. No matter what you do, not everyone will like you. And as I've got older, I've realized that I'd far rather be someone's cup of cacao rather than everyone's cup of tea. Last year, for example, and I very rarely fall out with people. I'm just kind of, you know, I pretty much get on with anybody. You know, I don't have the energy to argue. And last year, 3 people kind of fell out with me. And I think that was just part of their evolutionary journey. A lot of people don't like the fact I'm so honest. You know, I can't lie. I don't see the point in lying. And in this world, we're so used to fakeness or people wanting something that sometimes honesty, we say it's rude, and it's not. It's just I don't lie, I don't bullshit. That doesn't mean to say that I don't care about people's feelings, and I try not to offer my opinion unless someone asks for it. Now if someone asks my opinion and I kind of get the feeling that they want me to say a certain thing but that's not my opinion, I will always say, but it's just my opinion and my opinion doesn't matter at the end of the day. But I've learned to realize that when you are fully your authentic self, you will find people who love that about you. And that's part of Satya, of being honest, of being sincere, living with integrity, knowing that when you say no to the things that will drain you, the things that uplift you and energize you will present themselves. I said no to an opportunity recently because it just didn't feel right with me. It wasn't an instant yes. So I knew that therefore I should have to say no. And since I did say no, other things have become more successful because I was living with integrity. I was acting from integrity. I wasn't, you know, sometimes we say yes from a place of fear, a place of lack. It's like we may say yes to something. So like this job opportunity, I could have said yes to that for fear of not finding something else, so for fear of not getting the money. But that just didn't feel right for me. At one time I would have said yes because of the money situation. But because I said no, actually more opportunities have come about, and that's what we need to do. That's what Satya is about. It's coming from a place of fulfillment, of trusting that everything we need will be there, whether it's friends, work, etc., so that we can speak from our heart. We don't need to bite our tongue for fear of offending people. It doesn't mean to say that we don't care about other people's opinion, other people's feelings. Hence why I live my truth with kindness and compassion, and also realizing that no one's right or wrong. You know, how I may perceive things, what may be my truth, is different to someone else's, and that's also part of it. It's realizing that what is my truth doesn't necessarily make me right, and that's something that we tend to struggle with. You know, what is true for me doesn't mean that I am right and you are wrong. And a lot of people tend to struggle with that. A lot of people cling to their I am right, this is it. And I've done it as well at times, been like, well, how can you not see this? How can you not see that this is true? And it's been able to accept that what is true for me may not be true for someone else. And that is part of it. So take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Then just start to move the body, bring some movement into your body, moving in a way that feels sincere for you, in a way that feels right. And this is another way of honoring a stay on the mat, moving in a way that feels right for you, living your truth. So what feels right for you, what feels beneficial for you, may be completely different to someone else, and that is okay. Billions of people on the planet, we're not all going to feel or want the same thing. So when you're ready, gently bringing yourself back up to sitting. When you get there, bring your hands to your heart to your hands. Take a little bow to seal your practice. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. And much love to you. La 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 la.